Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhirbhavatu Me Sada Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So last week we did one shloka from the Geetha Dhyana shlokas. Today we'll do the second one. And I will also recite the first one. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena grathitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam advaitamritavarshinim bhagavatim ashtadashadhyayinim amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. So we saw the meaning of that shloka last week. Today we'll do the second one. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Phullara Vindayata Patra Netra Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha. So this shloka is about Vyasa. So we are offering salutations to Vyasa, he who has very big intellect, like Vishala Buddhe. He has a lot of intellect. Pullara Vindayata Patra Netra. So his eyes are like that of the petals of fully blossomed lotus. Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha. So this Deepa of knowledge, it is lit by Vyasa, by whom, like we are offering salutations to Vyasa, by whom the knowledge or the light of knowledge has been lit. And what is the oil that is used for this light of knowledge? It is Mahabharatam itself. Okay, Bharata Taila Purnaha. It is filled with the oil of Mahabharata. And another meaning for Bharata is also there, like fire is also there. But here it is used in the sense of Mahabharata. Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha. So, Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Phullara Vindayata Patra Netra Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha. Okay, so let us move on to the lesson. So before starting, I would like you all to, each one of you to say a couple of sentences using the pronouns. Any pronoun you can use, but don't use the same pronoun twice. Who will start? Any pronoun you can pick, and the appropriate noun that goes with that pronoun. Say, for example, Eshaha Ramaha. You cannot say Eshaha Sita. You cannot say Eshaha Vanam, right? So say small sentences using the pronouns with the appropriate noun which matches in the linga and vachana. So if you say Eshaha, you have to use singular noun only. You cannot say Balakaha or Ramaha. The linga and the vachana should match. Quickly.
Eshaha
Krishnaha.
Eshaha
Krishnaha. Another one.
Esha Bhagini.
Esha Bhagini. Uttamam. More, keep going.
Kaha balakaha.
Kaha balakaha.
Eshaha balakaha. कौ बालकौ ये तौ बालकौ के बालकाः ते बालकाः
उत्तमम् उत्तमं महोदय
एषा एषा कुञ्चिका
एषा कुञ्चिका उत्तमम् another sentence
एतत् पुस्तकम्
एतत् पुस्तकम्
एतत् फलम्
तत् फलम् उत्तमम्
एषा माला
एषा माला उत्तमम् in bahuvachanam now try to say a few sentences in bahuvachanam
एतौ रामौ sorry
dvivachanam you used no problem yeah bahuvachanam or dvivachanam
एताः बालाः
एताः बालाः
बाणः 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 is singular बाणं बहुवचनं बाणाः
which pronoun did you use
बाणः एषः एषाः एते एताः
एते बाणाः एते it is pumlinga bahuvachanam right so ete baanaah
एते गोपिके एते गोपिके
एते गोपिके okay uttamam strilingam dvivachanam
it is strilinga dvivachana with akaranta ending gopika
akaranta striling yes gopike ete gopike uttamam
it will be esha gopika ete gopike etaah gopikaah
uttamam more
सा कूपी
bahuvachane
ते कूप्ये
ते
कूप्यौ
ते va
ते कूप्यौ
te kupi which shabda is that is it pumlinga or strilinga
ikara strilinga
ikaranta strilinga
so in bahuvachanam what will it be
कूप्यः
बहुवचनं ताः कूप्यः
ताः कूप्यः you said te
कूप्ये कूप्यौ
that is
in dvivachanam te kūpyau yes
ताः कूप्यः
uttamam now can one of you use bhavan and you say a sentence
bhavan yodhya
ma'am can you repeat
bhavan did we discuss bhavan in the previous classes no
bhavatah
we did bhavan we did
bhavatah bhavatyaah
no worries we'll do that today no worries okay so ikaranta strilinga shabda a few more sentences
yes ma'am can I tell ma'am janani ma'am ikaranta strilinga eta esha janani ete jananyau etaah jananyah
uttamam anyone else one more ikaranta strilinga shabda
एषा नदी एते नद्यौ एताः नद्यः
uttamam okay and the interrogative pronouns for pumlinga are kaha kau ke in strilinga ka ke kaah esha ka Esha Mahila, Esha Chhatra, Esha Mala, anything. You can give answer, any suitable answer. And what will the suitable answer be? Because I used in Strilinga, any Strilinga Ekavachana Shabda will be a suitable answer for that. So, Esha ka answer can be?
एषा लक्ष्मी
माला
Nadi.
Esha Bala,
माला
Esha Mala, Esha Lakshmi,
Nadi.
Esha Nadi, Esha
Esha
Chhatra, Esha
भगिनी
Bhagini, Esha Bhagini, Esha Mata, anything. Okay?
एषा सहोदरी
Esha Sahodari, Etaha Kaha,
एताः सहोदर्याः एताः मालाः
Esha, Etaha Malaha. Earlier,
Etaha.
earlier Bhagini said Etaha Sahodaryaha. There is no dirgham there. Sahodaryaha. Sahodari, Sahodaryaha. Okay?
सहोदर्यः
If you put dirgham, it will become Shashti Vibhakti. Okay? So you have to be very careful. Bhavati, so Bhavati is like Nadi Shabdam. Right? Bhavati means when you are addressing a Mahila, an elderly person, or if we want to address them with respect. When I say like aap in Hindi, normally if with people that we are very close or our children, we say tu, right? We don't say aap. But with elderly people, with certain people, we need to show respect. Similarly, in Samskritam also, when we need to address somebody with respect, and if that is Mahila, then we say Bhavati. Bhavati, Bhavati Agachatu, Bhavati Upavishatu. Of course, we did not start with Kriya Padams, but I'm just telling this as an example. So, this Bhavati, if there are more than two people, if there are more than two people visiting your house, then Bhavatyaha. It is exactly the same as Nadi Shabdam. Like how Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha, Bhavati, Bhavatyau, Bhavatyaha. So if there is only one Mahila, you will say Bhavati. If there are two ladies, you will say Bhavatyau. If there are more than two ladies, Bhavatyaha. Like Nadyaha. It is like Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdam, Bhavati. Whereas for masculine, we will use the word Bhavan. Okay, Bhavan means aap, but only for men. We use that only with men. Bhavati, ladies, and Bhavan we use with men. So, Bhavan agachatu means you please come. Bhavan pavishatu, Bhavan khadatu, like that. So, Bhavan Shabdam will become Bhavan, Bhavantau, Bhavantaha. Okay?
भवान् भवन्तौ भवन्तः
Bhavan, Bhavantau, Bhavantaha. The bha is Mahaprana bha. So you have to use the Mahaprana when you are pronouncing. Bhavan, Bhavantau, Bhavantaha. No. Bhavan, Bhavantau, Bhavantaha. Bhavati, Bhavatyau, Bhavatyaha. You have to be very careful about pronunciation of Sanskritam. Of course, we all make mistakes here and there. The idea is to be conscious about what we are pronouncing and try to minimize the errors as much as we can very consciously. So every word that we are pronouncing, we have to put in a conscious effort to make sure that we are pronouncing it correctly. And where the common mistakes will happen is with this Mahaprana and Alpaprana. Alpaprana are where are like ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. Da, ja, da, da, ba. These are Alpa Pranas. Mahapranas are kha, cha, tha, tha, pa. Gha, jha, dha, dha, bha. These are Mahapranas. So when you are pronouncing the Mahapranas, you will feel your breath on your palm if you put it like this. That is how we can practice. If we are making that mistake a few times, you can practice in that way, so that you will know if you are pronouncing it correctly or not. Okay. And another mistake where it will happen is in Sanyukta Aksharas, where there are two alphabets joined without a vowel in between. There also, there is a chance of mispronunciation. So when we find a word which is a little difficult, we have to first take some time to practice that, and then slowly we'll be able to use it comfortably in sentences. Okay. So like Nadyaha, Gauryaha, initially some of us might have a little trouble to pronounce it, but with little practice you will be able to do that. So Bhavan, Bhavantau, Bhavantaha. When there is only one masculine person, Bhavan. Bhavan Kaha, who are you? Then what will the answer be? Bhavan Kaha.
Bhavan Chatraha.
Say for example, I'm asking you, and you are a man, for example, or men in the group can answer this.
Okay.
Bhavan Kaha. Come on, Rajendran Mahodaya or Chakravarti Mahodaya.
Amji.
Bhavan Kaha.
Agam Purva Sainikaha.
Aham Sainikaha. Uttamam. Aham Purvam Sainikaha. Uttamam. Punaha Bhavan Kaha.
Agam Rajendraha.
Aham Rajendraha. Okay, so Bhavati Ka. Now, any ladies in the group? Bhavati Ka.
Bhavati Shyamala.
Aham Shyamala. Aham
Aham
Shyamala means I
Aham
asked
Shyamala.
you who are you. I asked you Bhavati Ka means who are you. Okay, but this you is with respect. So
Aham
in
Shyamala.
aap kaun, like in Hindi it is like aap kaun. In Telugu it is like evaru, like that. Okay, so aham Sri Vani, aham Mamata, or whatever your name is. Not only your name, you can tell, like how Rajendran Mahodaya said, aham Purvam Sainikaha. So aham
Aham
Mahila.
Aham Grihini.
Aham Grihini. Uttamam, Uttamam. Aham Grihini. Aham. More answers?
Aham Sumitra.
Aham Bindu.
Aham Bindu.
Aham
Aham
Sumitra.
Sumitra.
Aham Anita.
Other than your names, you can also add more information about who you are. Aham Chhatra. Aham Grihini.
Aham Bombay Nagaravasi. Aham Mumbai Nagaravasi.
Aham Mumbai Nagaravasi. Aham Bhagini. Aham Mata. Aham Putri. We are all that. We are a daughter to somebody. We are a mother to somebody. So on, right? We are a sister to somebody. We are a student. Aham Chhatra. Aham. If any of you are singing, Gayika. Aham Gayika. If any of you are dancers, Aham Nartika. Nartaki. Also you can say. Nartika, Nartaki, both are correct forms. Nartaki. Aham Nartaki. And so on. Okay?
Aham Shikshika.
Aham Shikshika. Yes.
Ma'am,
Okay.
for if female has to say Chhatra, is it correct, ma'am? Chhatra.
Chhatra. Dirgham is there. Aham Chhatra. Chhatraha is used by masculine. Okay.
For a female, ma'am.
Chhatra. Dirgham is there. Chhatra.
Visarga.
There is no visarga in Ekavachanam, but in Bahuvachanam, both the forms will be the same. In masculine and feminine, it will be Chhatraha. Okay? Ekavachanam, in Pumlinga, Chhatraha, Chhatrau, Chhatraha. In Strilinga, Chhatra, Chhatre, Chhatraha. It is like Sita Shabdam. Chhatra, Chhatre, Chhatraha. In Pumlinga, Chhatraha, Chhatrau, Chhatraha. So here, if only the word Chhatraha is given, then you will not know in Bahuvachanam. If the word is given in Bahuvachanam, you will not know whether it is Strilinga or Pumlinga. Only with the pronoun that is attached to it, you will know. If I say Ete Chatraha, you will know that it is a group of students, boy students or men students. If I say Etaha Chatraha, then we will know that this is a group of girl students.
Strilinga Bahuvachanam.
Strilinga Bahuvachanam. So only if a pronoun is attached to it, pronoun or noun, like Mahilaha Chatraha. Okay, Etaha Mahilaha Chatraha. These ladies are students. So, like contextually, we will know if it is masculine or feminine. But if only the word Chatraha is given, it is not enough information for us to determine whether it is masculine or feminine. Okay. Okay. So last week we have covered Akaranta Pumlinga Ramaha Shabda, Akaranta Strilinga Sita Shabda, and Ikaranta Strilinga Nadi Shabda, Akaranta Napumsakalinga Vanam Shabdam, right? Vanam Shabda we did. And then we also did the pronouns. Eshaha, Saha for Pumlinga. These are called Tad Shabdas. Okay. The Tad Shabda is there in all three lingas. So Tad Shabda in Pumlinga will become Eshaha, Saha. And Etad Shabdam will become Eshaha. Okay. Etad Shabdam in Strilinga will become Esha. And Etad Shabdam in Napumsakam will become Etat. You are familiar with Eshaha, Esha, Etat. I am only giving you the Shabda name, like how Ramaha we say is Rama Shabda. Vanam is Vana Shabda. Sita is Sita Shabda. Nadi also is Nadi Shabda. Like how we refer to Shabdas. Similarly, for pronouns also we have Shabdas. So, Etad Shabda will become Eshaha, Etau, Ete. Etad Shabda in Strilinga will become Esha, Ete, Etaha. Etad Shabda in Napumsakalinga will be Etat, Ete, Etat, Ete, Etani. Okay. Similarly, Tad Shabda. Tad Shabda is also there in all three lingas. Tad Shabda in Pumlinga will be Saha, Tau, Te. Okay. And Tad Shabda in Strilinga will be Sa, Te, Taha. Tad Shabda in Napumsakalinga will be Tat, Te, Tani. Okay. In Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana. Now all these are Prathama Vibhakti forms. Nominative case we say in English, Prathama Vibhakti forms. Now what is Prathama Vibhakti is every word, the nouns usually, the noun words will take several forms depending on how they are being used in a sentence. The basic form is Prathama Vibhakti. And in Prathama Vibhakti, it will a word will be in Prathama Vibhakti if it is the Karta. Okay. English grammar also we have Karta, Karma, Kriya, right? Subject, object, and Kriya Padam. In any language we have this Karta, Karma, and Kriya. Similarly, in Sanskritam also, in any sentence, you need these elements. We need a Karta and a Kriya. So the doer and what he is doing, the action. The Karta has always been Prathama Vibhakti. That is all you need to understand for now. Slowly, as we are progressing, I will tell other details about other Vibhaktis. But for now, what you have to remember is Prathama Vibhakti means the basic form of a word. And the Karta of a sentence usually will be in Prathama Vibhakti. Okay. That is all you need to know for now. And if you want a comparison in English, like the subject and the verb. So Rama eats. So here Rama is the subject and eats is the action, verb. Similarly, Ramaha khadati. So Ramaha here is in Prathama Vibhakti. And the forms that we studied right now, the Ramaha Shabda, Ramaha Ramau Ramaha, Sita Site Sitaha, Nadi Nadyau Nadyaha, Vanam Vane Vanani, and even in the pronouns, Eshaha Etau Ete, saha, tau, te. All these are in Prathama Vibhakti. These are all Prathama Vibhakti forms of these shabdas. Okay, that is all you need to remember for now. Okay, so now we'll move on to the other antas. Now I told you in the previous classes that words are grouped depending on with which letter they end. Okay. They end with a vowel. In Sanskritam we call vowels ach. Okay, so because a word ends in ach anta, it is called ach anta. And then the sandhi happens between the cha in ach and a in anta, and it will become ja. It will become, the word will become ajanta. Okay, so when a word ends in a vowel, it is called ajanta shabda. Okay, so in ajanta shabda we studied akaranta pullinga. We said akaranta, a is a ach there, right? So we studied akaranta pumlinga. We studied akaranta strilinga. A is also a ach. Similarly, ikaranta strilinga. E is also an ach. And then akaranta napumsaka, vanam shabda, akaram. Right before makara, we have akara. So we say akaranta napumsaka linga shabda. So we have studied these shabdas so far in Ajanta shabdas. Today we will be looking at ikaranta pumlinga. Earlier we studied akaranta pumlinga. Today we will look at ikaranta pumlinga. Like Hari, right? Harihi, Kavihi, Patihi. All these are ikaranta pumlinga shabdas. And then we have ukaranta pumlinga shabda, like Guruhu. Okay, Vishnuhu, Guruhu, Taruhu, Vatu. Like this, we have so many words which end in ukara, pumlinga shabdas. So let us see. So let us take Harihi. Okay, Harihi, Hari, Harayaha. Like Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam. Harihi, Hari, Harayaha. In Ekavachanam, Harihi. In Dvivachanam, Hari. In Bahuvachanam, Harayaha. Okay. So let us now try the same with a pronoun.
Vivachanam harau.
No, not
Madam, Vivachanam it
no, not Harau. It is
Vivachanam
Hari.
mostly
See, in Ramaha,
Hari.
for Ramaha, the Dvivachanam is Ramau. But for Harihi, the
Yes.
Dvivachanam is Hari. Harau is used in another Vibhakti. The word Harau is there, but it is not in Prathama Vibhakti Dvivachanam. Okay, we'll discuss that when we come to that. So for now, you remember that Harihi Shabda is in Prathama Vibhakti, means the basic form of a word when it is being used as Karta, and Harihi in Ekavachanam, Hari in Dvivachanam, Harayaha in Bahuvachanam. Okay, so in Ekavachanam, what are the pronouns that we can use in Pumlinga?
Kavihi.
Huh?
Guru.
Kavihi.
No. I'm asking the pronouns that we can use in Pumlinga.
Eshaha. Eshaha. Saha.
Eshaha.
Eshaha or Saha, right? So Eshaha Harihi, Saha Harihi, Kaha Harihi. Who is Hari? Kaha Harihi? Saha Harihi. Or Eshaha Harihi. Okay? Hari is Dvivachanam. So what are the pronouns that go with Hari?
Etau. Tau.
Etau, tau. Etau, Hari. These both are Haris. Okay? Means both the boys are named Hari. Now you might be wondering why there are two Haris. There are two boys whose names happen to be Hari, say for example. So we say Etau Hari or Tau Hari. Similarly, Bahuvachanam. We have more than two boys.
Ete
Hari.
Ete Hari.
Harayaha. Ete Harayaha. Or Te Harayaha. Ete Harayaha or Te Harayaha. Ke Harayaha, who are Haris here? Ete Harayaha.
Ete.
The boys that are there are Harayaha. Okay. So for Kavi, now let us look at the Kavi Shabda. In Harihi, Harihi, Hari, Harayah. So Kavihi,
Kavi.
Kavihi, Kavi, Kavayah. The Dvivachanam is long Ikaranta. Okay. So Kavihi, Kavi, Kavayah. Harihi, Hari, Harayah. Rishihi,
Rishi Rishaya.
Rishi, Rishayah.
Rishi
Yatihi, Yatihi,
Yati Yatayah.
Yatihi, Yati, Yatayah. Munihi,
Muni
Muniyah.
Munayah.
Muniyah.
Munayah. Harayah, Kavayah, Munayah. Okay. Munihi, Muni, Munayah. Harihi, Hari, Harayah. Kavihi, Kavi, Kavayah. And so on. Now let us look at who Tanta Pumlinga, like Guruhu Shabda. Okay, Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha.
Guru.
The
Guravaha.
concept is the same. The Dvivachanam will get the long vowel, whichever vowel it is ending in, and Guravaha. Okay, Harayaha, Guravaha. There we have Ya at the ending, and here we have Va at the ending. Okay, one point I would like to mention here is in Samskritam, the alphabet, the Ach, E, and the Akshara Ya. Okay, they both are very closely related. So whenever there is a sandhi happening, okay, for sandhis it can be, or in other places also, if E has to be replaced with something, it will normally be Ya. Okay, if E has to be replaced with some other alphabet, it will usually be Ya, because they both are related. And how are they related? They both, when you are pronouncing, they both, the sound originates from the same place for E and Ya. Sometimes, so sometimes what happens is, usually in Sanskritam, every alphabet has a sthana from which it is originating in your mouth. Okay, so when words are replaced, one word with another, usually it will be replaced with other words which also originate from the same place. And why is that? Because we have to keep it as similar as possible, so that if there is drastic change in where the sound originating, if it is totally different, then when pronouncing it will be difficult for us. Now, for example, if E is to be replaced with Va, now E is coming from the bottom of your throat, and Va is coming from the front of your mouth, right? So if E and Va, they are not close, they are not originating from the same place in your mouth, but E and Ya, if you see, are coming from the same place in your mouth. So whenever E is to be replaced, it will usually be Ya. You can remember that way, so that here, since you are in the beginning stages of learning the Shabdas, Harihi Shabda, what will it become in Bahuvachanam? Is it Lakara or Lakara? So you can remember, okay, Hari, it is ending in E. So, Ya, Haraya. In Bahuvachanam, Ya will come, Haraya. Whereas, when you say Guru, say U, you will see that it is coming from the front part of your mouth. So, Va is close to the place from where U is being pronounced. So, U and Va are pronounced from the front of your mouth. So, it will generally be replaced with Va. Okay? Usually happens in sandhis. And so here for Guruhu Shabda, for Ukaranta Pumlinga Shabda, you can remember that the Bahuvachanam will have Va. So Guravaha. For Hari, Harayaha. Guru, Guravaha. In that way, you can remember which alphabet comes in the Bahuvachanam for Ikaranta and Ukaranta in Pumlinga Shabdas. Okay? So let us look at Guru Shabda. So Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha.
Guru. Guravaha.
What are the pronouns that will go with these? Guruhu. For Guruhu, what is the pronoun?
Eshaha Guru.
Eshaha.
Eshaha Guru or Saha Guruhu. Kaha guruhu? Saha guruhu. Okay. Dvivachane?
Esha. Etai. Etau and tau.
Etau guru.
Ete.
Etau guru or tau guru means these two are gurus. Those two are gurus. When we say tau guru, those two are gurus. When we say etau guru, these two are gurus. Okay. Bahuvachane? Ete guravaha. Ete guravaha or te guravaha. Okay. Guruhu guru guravaha. Okay. Taruhu, what will taruhu become? Taruhu taru taravaha. Taruhu means tree. Taruhu is tree. So taruhu taru taravaha. Prabhuhu. Prabhuhu prabhu prabhavaha. Okay. Prabhuhu prabhu prabhavaha. Vayuhu. Vayuhu.
Vayu Vayavaha.
Vayuhu vayu vayavaha. Vayuhu vayu vayavaha. Okay. And then we have and then we have Rikaranta Shabda. Rikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Like Pitru. Pita we say, right? Pitru. It is actually Rikaranta. Ri as in Rishi. The Ri that we use in Rishi, that Ri. So here the word is ending in Ri. So we say Rikaranta. Ri is also a vowel. This is also an Ach. Okay. So Rikaranta. Like Pitru Shabda. Okay. Pitru Shabda. But the Shabda is Pitru. But in Prathama Ekavachanam, it will become Pita. It will become Pita, Pitarau, Pitaraha. Pita in Ekavachanam, Pitarau in Dvivachanam, Pitaraha in Bahuvachanam. Okay. Here we are on page number 11 in Geetha Sopanam book. So here the example that is given is Yodha. Okay. Yodha means a warrior, one who fights wars. Okay. So Bhavan Yodha. So the Shabda is Yodhru. The Shabda is Yodhru Shabda. In Prathama Ekavachanam, it will become Yodha. Yodha, Yodharau, Yodharaha. Here Bhavan is used. So Bhavan Yodha, Yodha. Bhavantau Yodharau. You both are warriors. Bhavantau Yodharau. Bhavantaha Yodharaha. You all are Yodhas, warriors. Then Bhokta.
Here Pitarau is there, no, madam. We will not get confused. We will write Pitaha.
Pitaha. You are asking about Pitaha? What is your question?
Here it is Pita is a Rikaranta. In Rikara Purlinga Shabda, Pitaha, Pitarau, Pitaraha. When we see Pitarau, we will get confused and we will write Pitaha. There are chances from madam how to remember this as Rikaranta Shabda.
Pitaha, where did you see Pitaha?
I went see.
No.
In
Pita,
Dvivachana, it's Pitarau.
Yes, in Dvivachanam it is Pitarau. In Ekavachanam it is Pita.
As Ramau.
But see, in you are saying you will think that it is Pitaraha.
We will get confused when we say Dvivachan only, then we will get confused.
So that is why we are learning this Shabda, right? We are learning, today we are learning that Pita is a Rikaranta Shabda. So now that you know that Pita is a Rikaranta Shabda, tomorrow when you see Pitarau somewhere, you won't think that it is like Akaranta Ramaha Shabda. You will recognize that it is Rikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. That is the reason why we are learning the Shabdas. Okay? Okay. So that is the main reason why we study the Shabdas, because we don't know, like you said, before today, if you had come across Pitarau somewhere, then maybe you could have thought Pitaraha is a Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. And we have studied only Ramaha Shabda.
Yes, madam. I would write it practice.
But that is the reason why we are studying these Shabdas. Okay? As we are studying the Shabdas, we will understand how they behave in Prathama Vibhakti, Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam, and we will follow that pattern. And next time when we see a word similar to that, recognize, oh, this is the Rikaranta Shabda. Like that. That is how we recognize. Okay? Okay.
So this is Pitru, Pita, Pituru. Is it?
Pitru is the Shabda. Pitru is the Shabda. Pita is Prathama Ekavachana.
Pitru is the Shabda.
Pitru is the Shabda. Pita is Prathama Ekavachana. Pitarau is Dvivachana. Pitaraha is Bahuvachana. Okay? Sometimes the Shabda and the Prathama Ekavachana Rupam will be. Sometimes the Shabda and the Prathama Ekavachana Rupam will be the same, like Sita, for example. The Shabda is Sita. The Prathama Ekavachana Rupam is also Sita. But sometimes the Shabda will be different and the Prathama Ekavachana Rupams will be different. Okay? So we have to learn both the Shabda and how it will be in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. So once this Shabda is taken, we add a pratyayanta, means a suffix, to make it an actual word. Pitru is not a word by itself. It is only a Shabda. We call it as a Shabda. It is also called Pratipadikam. Don't worry about memorizing these words, but just try to understand. So the Shabda by itself cannot be used as a word. It is not a word. So we cannot use Pitru directly in a sentence. Okay? When we want to use it in a sentence, we have to attach these suffixes to it. And which suffix to add to it depends on how you want to use that Shabda. If you want to use it as Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, like a Karta, you want to say Saha Pita. Okay? Then we use Prathama Ekavachanam. So we attach the suffix that is for Prathama Ekavachanam. So the Pitru will become Pita after that suffix is added. And we use Pita. So we won't use the Shabdas directly. We have to, it has to be a form of, with a suffix. The Vibhakti suffix, it should be there. Only then we can use it in a sentence. Only then it will be qualified as a word. And in a sentence, we have to use only words. We cannot use Shabdas. So we learn all these forms. For each Shabda, we learn the Prathama Vibhakti Rupam in Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam, so that we can use them in sentences. Okay. So here, this is Pitru, Rikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. In Prathama Ekavachanam, it will become Pita, Dvivachanam Pitarau, Bahuvachanam Pitaraha. Here we have, the word given is Yodha. So Yodhru is the Shabdam. Yodha, Yodharau, Yodharaha. Bhokta. Bhokta is one who enjoys. Okay. So Bhavan Bhokta. Bhoktru Shabdam. The Shabda is Bhoktru. Bhokta, Bhoktarau, Bhoktaraha. Okay. And then Shrotaraha. The Bahuvachana form is given. So try to guess what the Ekavachana form will be for Shrotaraha.
Shrota. Shrota.
Dvivachanam.
Shotru.
Shrotarau. Shrotarau.
And Shrotaraha. So Shrota, Shrotarau, Shrotaraha. What could be the Shabda, the Pratipadikam?
Shotru.
Shrotru. Okay, Shrotru. That tru, for tru, we are using the Rikaranta, not the Ra, the regular Refa, like the Rama Ra. We are not using the Rama Ra. We are using the Rikaranta, the Rishiri. Okay. So Shrotru. Shrotru is the Shabda. Shrota, Shrotarau, Shrotara. And then we have yashtihi. The next one is ikaranta strilinga shabda. Earlier we learned akaranta strilinga and ikaranta strilinga, the long vowels we learned. Now today we are seeing the ikaranta strilinga. Okay. So esha yashtihi. The ikaranta strilinga shabda will have a visarga. Okay. The ikaranta strilinga shabda will have visarga. So yashtihi. Yashtihi means stick. So yashtihi, yashti, yashtayaha. It is behaving very similar to ikaranta pumlinga shabda like harihi, right? Harihi, hari, harayaha. Yashtihi, yashti, yashtayaha. So they both are behaving similarly. So now your next question would be, if we come across yashti somewhere, how do we know if it is ikaranta pumlinga or ikaranta strilinga? Right? We won't know unless we study that shabda. We have to study the shabdas for that reason. Okay? We need to study the shabdas to know whether they are strilinga or pumlinga or napumsakam. Okay. So then, so esha yashti.
Won't the pronouns help us? Won't the pronouns help us?
If it is
sometimes?
used with a pronoun or in a sentence, then of course contextual factors will help us. I am saying if the word is standalone, given to us just as the word, then it will, unless we study that shabda or we have come across that word somewhere else before, it will be difficult for us to figure out if it is ikaranta pumlinga or ikaranta strilinga. Only through exposure. That is how a language is learned in any language, even in English. See, when you come across a word, how are you going to know the meaning of that word? If you are seeing a word for the very first time, how are we going to learn? You think in other languages also, how do we learn? We either listen to it when somebody is using it, and depending on the context, if all the other words in that sentence are known to us, there is only one new word, then based on the context, we'll be able to understand a little bit what it means. But even then, do we know that word completely with just listening to it once? No, we have to listen to it in various contexts. Then the complete meaning of the word will be understood, because the word can be used a little differently in different contexts. So it may not always mean the same. And another thing is, if you open up a dictionary and come across, some people have this habit of looking into a dictionary and picking up one word every day. So by the end of a month, they will know 30 new words. Like that. That is another way of learning words. Another way is when you're reading the newspaper or literary works or story books or novels or magazines or articles. That is also another way of acquiring knowledge of new words. And the more number of times you see that word being used, the more grip you will get on that word, because you will see it being used in all parts of speech and in all contexts, in several meanings. Whatever meanings that word can take, the more exposure we have to that word, the more knowledge we'll have about the usage of that word. So that is how even here in Sanskritam. But the only difference is, say for example, your mother tongue or English or any other regional language, as we are growing up, this knowledge has been acquired by us, right? It did not happen overnight. So from when we are like babies, we have been listening, and slowly it got accumulated. And now we don't feel that we have studied or we have acquired so much. It automatically happened as part of our life. But today we are sitting here and trying to learn a new language. And as with any other language, even in Sanskritam, we have so much of vocabulary. So it will take time for us to acquire this vocabulary. It will happen slowly. And what will help? Listening. Nowadays in all the groups, you must be coming across articles or daily news also in Sanskritam. They are sending videos like a short 5-minute videos. You can go to YouTube and look for Sanskritam, videos. So short stories are there. So many things are there. So try to listen to them. every day, like 5 to 10 minutes, if you spend on listening to such things, then that is how we build that exposure. Because with our mother tongue, we don't have to ask for it. We don't have to look for it. It is automatically happening around us. With English or any other regional language also, it's the same thing. If you are living in a place, the regional language of that area, automatically you will get the Shravana Samskara of that. You don't have to try for it. It is automatically. That is why we pick up a language so easily when we go and live in some other new place where no other language is spoken. If other languages are spoken, we try to, and if we know English, say for example, you have gone to a place, Germany, for example, and say for example, they speak English also there. Will you learn German? No. We try to manage with English because that person also can speak English. But say for example, none of them know English, and you don't know any other language, they don't know any other language, they know only German, you know only English and some Indian languages. Then what do you do? Within 30 months, you will learn German because you have to survive there. Automatically, you will put in that time and effort and you will get it. So, but when the necessity is not there, we try to manage with what we already know. We won't put in that much effort. So, such factors all are there. Even with Sanskritam, that will be there. Because that exposure is not there for us on a regular basis around us, it will take a while for us to build up that vocabulary, and we have to put in that effort personally because it is not already there around us. So with the shabdas, so how do we expand our vocabulary? By learning new words. And here the reason why they are grouped like this is to make that learning easier. Now akaranta ramaha shabda we learned. So now any akaranta word I give, you will know what the prathama ekavachana rupam, dvivachanam and bahuvachanam is. We don't have to study for every akaranta word. We don't have to study them, right? Because we know how they behave. Based on that, we can tell any new word given to us, we can tell what form it will take in bahuvachanam, what form it will take in dvivachanam, and so on. So that is the reason why these shabdas are given. So the words are categorized into groups based on their ending, and the pattern is found, and that pattern is given to us. So all akaranta, all words that end in akaranta and pumlinga shabdas, in ekavachana, they will take this form. In dvivachana, they will take this form, and so on. So based on that, we don't have to study all the words that end in akara. If we study one word, we know how the rest will behave. So that is the reason of this categorization based on the antas. Okay. So here,
Bhagini, one
Yes.
small doubt. In Ikaranta Strilingam, Etaha Yashtayaha. And the same confusion with even Pumlingam also. Ete Kavayaha. So these two also we won't know if you are not given Etaha or Ete. It could be anything, right? We won't know whether it's
yes.
Kavayaha.
Yes. Correct.
And Yashtayaha.
Yes, correct.
If they're standalone, we won't know whether it's a Pumlingam or Strilingam.
Yes, yes. That is what I was telling earlier. Yes.
Okay.
We won't know. Because both Ikaranta and Ikaranta Pumlinga and Strilinga behave similarly. We won't know unless you are exposed to that word earlier and learned it or seen it used as a Pumlinga. If you have seen Kavihi being used as a Pumlinga Shabda, then you will know, oh, okay, this is Ikaranta Pumlinga. And Yashtihi also, if you have seen it being used as a Strilinga, only then you will know that it is a Strilinga. Otherwise, you wouldn't know.
Okay.
And then Tithihi. Tithi like in the Tithi, today's Tithi. Right? This is also an Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. So, Esha Tithihi, Ete Tithi, Etaha Tithayaha. Etaha Tithayaha. Okay? And
what
Matihi.
is the Pratipadika Shabda for these two? Yashtihi and Titihi.
Yashti and Tithi. There won't be the Visarga. In Pratipadika, there won't be Visarga.
Okay, thank you.
And then we have...
What do you mean by Pratipadika, ma'am?
it is the basic form, the shabda, without any suffixes attached to it. Once the suffix is attached, then it becomes a word. So it is like a root. In English, we say the root of the word, right?
So that is the shabda you meant.
Yes.
Pratikshya is the shabda.
Yes. Okay. So matihi is also ikaranta strilinga shabda. Matihi, mati, matayaha. Okay. And then we have ukaranta strilinga shabda. Ukaranta. This is also short ukaranta, like dhenuhu. Dhenuhu is cow. Okay. Ukaranta pumlinga shabda. Sorry, strilinga shabda. So dhenuhu, dhenu, dhenavaha. This is also like guruhu. Guruhu, guru, guravaha. Dhenuhu, dhenu, dhenavaha. Okay. But dhenuhu here we are using it as a strilinga shabda. And then we have here on page number 12, if you see, we are on page number 12 in Geetha Sopanam. So at the top part of the page, we have sa dhenuhu, te dhenu, taha dhenavaha. Similarly, the second line, we are given only the bahuvachanam, rajjavaha. What could be the ekavachanam of this?
Sa rajjuhu, te rajju, taha rajjavaha.
Yes. So rajjuhu, rajju, rajjavaha. Rajjuhu means rope. Rope. Okay. Rajjuhu, rajju, rajjavaha. One rope, two ropes, and more than two ropes. And then we have swasa. Swasa, swasarau, swasaraha. Based on these forms, what do you think the shabda is for this?
Swasru.
Uttamam. Swasru. Swasru is the shabda. Swasa, swasarau, swasaraha. Swasru means sister.
Is it Rikaranta Shabda, madam?
Yes. Rikaranta, but strilinga shabda. Earlier we saw Rikaranta Pumlinga Shabda, Pita Shabda. Here we are looking at the Strilinga Shabda. We also have Mata, Matru Shabda. Matru, that is also Rikaranta Strilinga. Like that, Swasru is also Rikaranta Strilinga. Swasru means sister, Matru means mother. So Swasru is the Shabda, Swasa, Swasarau, Swasaraha. What will Matru become?
Mata, matarau,
Mata.
mataraha.
Mataraha.
Mata, matarau, mataraha.
Mataraha.
Okay. And then we have asti. Asti as in bone. Okay. So this is a napumsakalinga shabda. Ikaranta napumsakam. Earlier we have seen akaranta napumsakam vana shabdam. Phalam, vanam, nayanam, vastram. All these are akaranta napumsakalinga shabda. Here ikaranta napumsakam. Asti. Okay. Asti, astini, astini. In ekavachanam asti. Etat asti. In dvivachanam astini. Ete asthini, etani asthini. Okay, in Napumsaka, in Ikaranta and Ukaranta, normally we'll get na. Okay, in Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. You can remember it like that. So, asthi, asthini, asthini. In Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. And then we have Akshi. What are the other two forms? Try.
Akshi, Akshini.
Again, can you please read?
Akshini, Akshi, Akshini.
Punaha vadatu ekavachanam.
Etat Akshi, Ete Akshi, Etani Akshini, Akshini.
Dvivachanam punaha vadatu.
Ete Akshi.
Akshini, right?
Akshini.
Akshini.
Ete Akshini.
Ete Akshini.
Etani Akshini.
Yes. Etani akshini.
Akshini.
Akshini, Akshini. Okay. And then we have
Akshi
Dadhi.
means eyes, right? This means eyes, correct?
And then we have Dadhi. Dadhi as in curd. Okay. This is also Ikaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda. So Dadhi, Dadhini, Dadhini. Okay. Dadhi, Dadhini, Dadhini. And then Ukaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Sorry, Ukaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda. Janu. Janu means me. So Tat Janu, Te Januni, Januni. So the concept is the same for Ikaranta and Ukaranta. But there E is used and here U is used. Okay. There Astini, Astini. Here Januni, Januni. Okay. And then Ambu. Ambu means water. So Ambuni is given, the Dvivachanam is given. What will be it? What will it be in Ekavachanam and Bahuvachanam?
Tat ambu, tat ambu, te ambuni, te ambuni, tani ambuni.
Yes. So Ambu, Ambuni, Ambuni. Okay. And then Madhuni is given. The Bahuvachanam is given. What will it be in Ekavachanam and Dvivachanam?
Tat Madhu. Tat Madhu. Te Madhuni.
Madhuni. In Dvivachanam it is Te Madhuni, Tani Madhuni. Okay. Don't hesitate to pronounce the long vowels long. Pronounce them long. Otherwise, what happens is in our mind, it will not register as a long vowel. So when we are writing, we tend to make that spelling mistakes. So when there is a long vowel, pronounce it long. No worries. That way, once it registers correctly, then it will become easy. Okay. Now imagine there is no book. Okay. There is no writing material anywhere. And you are only depending on how I'm pronouncing. If I don't pronounce the long vowel long enough for you to understand that I'm using a long vowel, what will happen? You will learn it wrong. You will register it in your mind wrong. And when you are passing it on to others, you will pass it on wrong. Right? So, and imagine when originally we had all these scriptures and writing materials were not available. All our shastras were passed from one generation to another only orally. Only orally. Now imagine what would have happened if they did not follow proper precautions in pronunciations. Would we have all these scriptures today to look at, all these shlokas, all these stotras, all these things that we are using today? And correctly, like if they are all wrong because they haven't been passed on correctly, what would be our situation right now? So pronunciation, do not hesitate at all. Take your time, read aloud several times during your abhyasam and make sure you got it correct, because that is very, very, very important. Now we have books, we are looking at it, we know in our minds that it is long E or long U or short E or short U. We know because we are looking at the book, but that is not enough. For only you to know because you are looking at the book is not enough. The other person should be able to understand which vowel or long vowel or short vowel or Mahaprana or Alpa Prana, what you are pronouncing, they need to know without having to look at the book. So that should be your goal. When you are saying something, you imagine that that other person is depending only on your pronunciation to understand that word. Otherwise, meanings also can change based on the pronunciation. Okay. So do not hesitate to pronounce a long vowel long. Madhuni. Similarly, Madhuni. Dvivachanam, it is Madhuni. Madhu, Madhuni. Several times if we do, even for us also, we'll register the correct vowels. Okay. So then we have Ukaranta Napumsakam Vastu Shabda. So what will Vastu be? Vastu as in thing only. It is used in the sense of thing only. Vastu.
Vastuni.
Vastu. Vastuni.
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 Ekavachanam is Vastu. Dvivachanam is Vastuni.
Vastuni.
Bahuvachanam is Vastuni.
Vastuni.
Okay.
Dvivachanam is Vastuni and
Bahuvachanam is Vastuni.
Vastuni.
Yes, Vastuni. The ni is short ikara. Okay, so you practice these thoroughly, and there is one other shabda, ikara, ikaranta strilinga. We already studied the nadi shabda. There is another ikaranta strilinga, shrihi. This one has visarga. Now nadi does not have visarga. Ikaranta strilinga shabda, nadi shabda does not have visarga. But there is another shabda called shrihi. Okay, this has visarga. It is not very commonly used, but it is still there. It is used, so we need to be at least aware of it. But the forms are different. The forms are almost the same except for the Prathama Ekavachanam. So Prathama Ekavachanam will be Shrihi. For Nadi, it is only Nadi. There is no Visarga. For Shrihi, Shrihi. Okay. Shriyau and Shriyaha. Shrihi, Shriyau, Shriyaha. It is like Nadi. Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. So similarly, Shrihi, Shriyau, Shriyaha. Okay. So that is another Ikaranta Shabda that you need to know about. Okay. So now, Ukaranta, did we do? Ukaranta Strilinga Shabda is also there. Vadhuhu. Vadhuhu. Here it is not given. On page number 12, it is not given. But on page number 13, if you see, it is given. Vadhuhu. Vadhu means bride. So we are using that word as the Shabda here. Vadhuhu. Vadhvau. Vadvaha. I said for Ukaranta, whether it is short U or long U, Va is the one that replaces it. So, Vadhuhu, Vadhvau, Vadvaha. Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. For E, we got Yakara. Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. For U, we have already seen the Dhenuhu Shabda, right? Dhenuhu, Dhenu, Dhenavaha. But here for Ukaranta, in Dvivachanam also we'll get the Vakara. Vadhuhu, Vadhvau, Vadvaha. Similarly, Chamuhu. Chamuhu means army, like Sena. Okay. Chamuhu, Chamvau, Chamvaha. Now, don't worry about, there are so many Shabdas, how. We will be working on these Shabdas for another 2 months. So don't worry about, there are so many Shabdas we are learning and we'll get confused. We will get confused. If you are not confused, then you are amazing. If you are confused, you are normal. Okay, because we tend to get confused. But the reason why we are studying is we'll keep repeating the same Shabdas for next few months. Okay, so this Abhyasam will help. That is the reason why I am covering all these Shabdas instead of covering only 1 or 2 at a time. Because with Abhyasam only it comes. Okay, so don't worry, there are so many Shabdas, we are getting confused how to memorize them. Don't worry about that at all. What you need to practice more is the basic Shabdas that we covered last week. Akaranta Pumlinga, Akaranta Strilinga, Ikaranta Strilinga, the Nadi Shabda, and Akaranta Napumsaka. These are the basic Shabdas and most commonly used. So first I would recommend that you focus on these more. Once you are really thorough with these Shabdas, then we can you can start working on the other Shabdas that we studied today, which are Ikaranta Pumlinga, Ukaranta Pumlinga, Rikaranta Pumlinga, and then Ikaranta Strilinga, Ikaranta Strilinga we already did, but Ikaranta Strilinga, the Lakshmi Sabda, don't worry about it right now. I wouldn't be. I just want you to be aware of it. That's all. Don't worry about it. And then we have Rikaranta Strilinga, Rikaranta Pumlinga, and Rikaranta Strilinga the same. So you don't have to worry about it. And then we have Ikaranta Napumsaka and Ukaranta Napumsaka. Okay. So be aware that these shabdas are, but your focus should be on the basic shabdas that we did last week. Akaranta Napumsaka Rama Shabda, Akaranta Strilinga Sita Shabda, Ikaranta Strilinga Nadi Shabda, and Akaranta Napumsaka Vanam Shabda. These I expect you to work on them regularly and be more comfortable with them. Okay. And the other shabdas, just keep looking as we are working. You just keep looking at them. Try to, just study them. Don't worry if you are not able to memorize them right now. Don't worry about that at all. Okay. But we have to be aware that these shabdas are also there. So that is the reason why we are studying these. But take time to memorize them. But keep looking at them and keep studying them. But don't worry if you are not able to memorize. Just because I asked you not to memorize, don't leave them completely. That exposure is needed, because that is how our human brain works. Nothing will be done in one time. Very few people will be there like that. One time if they study, it is registered in their brain. But normally what happens is that regular abhyasam only is the only way to imprint it into our brains. So for that reason, I keep repeating whatever we have covered. Initially, a lot of repetitions will be there only for that main reason. And another reason is all of us are, we are not young students anymore, like in school or college, right? We all have other responsibilities, family responsibilities. We may or may not be able to put in a lot of time and focus also, because we have other things to think about also. So that is the reason why I spend a lot of time here in revising and going over what we have covered earlier initially. Why? Because it will take a while for people to again sit and study and get into the studying habit also, because we have come out of that habit several years back. So again, sitting and studying, it will take, because your brain is not used to it, it will take a little training of the brain, but it will come back. That I want you all to believe in that. Initially, you might find it difficult. Many people keep saying, oh, we are not able to memorize anything. The only mantra for this is study and write it several times. Every day you write it, like how you write Ramakoti, like that you write. In your morning prayers, you include these shabdas. See, all these are Rama, Sita, all nice shabdas only. So Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, you say that 3 times. Sita, Site, Sitaha, Sita, Site, Sitaha. I believe that there is no other puja other than studying Samskritam. So in your daily puja, you include this. You will have both. You will be worshipping God and you will also get these shabdas by heart. So these are several, because why I am telling you all this is, some people come and say we don't have time to again do abhyasa out of the class. So we have to include it in somehow in our daily routine. And how can we do that is reciting of these in our daily prayers, including that. You write it on a piece of paper, put it in your puja mandir. Every day morning when you do Deeparadhana, you recite these few times. By the end of the week, if you don't get them, you ask me. Another thing is write them down. Writing one time writing is equal to 10 times reciting. So you take a pen and paper, you have a book for it. Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. Write it 3 times. Sita Shabdam, again write it 3 times. Nadi Shabdam, write. Like that, if you write, then that exercise also happens both to your brain and to your hand. And then looking at it also will help. So all these will help. All these factors will help you. So these are the small things that make big difference. Because the common complaints I receive from people are, we are not able to memorize at this age. So age is not at all a factor. You can exercise your brain. It will take a little longer because it got out of practice, but it will happen. So that much I would like to assure. But then our prayatnam also should be there. Without prayatnam, nothing happens, and you all know that. I don't have to tell you. So yeah, that is so far. Any questions so far? So let us repeat the shabdas a couple of times. Okay. So Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. All of you repeat. Whether you unmute or not, you can still repeat. Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. At least
Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha.
Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha.
Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha.
Ramaha.
Sita, Site, Sitaha.
Sita, Site, Sitaha.
Sita, Site, Sitaha.
Sita, Site, Sitaha.
Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha.
Nadi, Nadyau,
Nadyaha.
Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha.
Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha.
Nadyaha.
Vanam, Vane, Vanani.
Vane,
Vane, Vanani.
Vanam, Vane, Vanani.
Vanam, Vane,
Vane, Vanani.
Now, Ikaranta Pumlinga we'll see. Kavihi, Kavi, Kavayaha.
Kavi, Kavi,
Kavyayaha.
Kavayaha.
Kavayaha.
Again. Kavihi, Kavi, Kavayaha.
Kavi, Kavayaha.
Kavyayaha.
Again. Kavihi, Kavi, Kavayaha.
Kavihi, Kavi,
Kavyayaha.
Kavayaha.
Rishihi, Rishi, Rishayaha.
Rishi, Rishayaha.
Rishihi, Rishi, Rishayaha.
Rishayaha.
Yatihi, Yati, Yatayaha.
Yatihi,
Yatayaha.
Yatayaha.
Yatihi, Yati, Yatayaha.
Yatihi, Yatayaha.
Again, Yatihi, Yati, Yatayaha.
Yatihi,
Yatyaha.
Yatayaha.
Munihi, Muni, Munayaha.
Munihi, Munayaha.
Munihi, Muni, Munayaha.
Munihi, Muni, Muniyaha.
That is Ikaranta Pumlinga. Okay. Kavihi, Kavi, Kavayaha. Rishihi, Rishi, Rishayaha. Yatihi, Yati, Yatayaha. Munihi, Muni, Munayaha. Like this, if you practice, you will get that. Guruhu. Then Ukaranta Pumlinga. Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha.
Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha.
Again, Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha.
Guruhu,
Guravaha.
Again, Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha. Say confidently. Again, loud and clear. Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha.
Guruhu, Guravaha.
Taruhu, Taru, Taravaha. Taruhu, Taru, Taravaha.
Taruhu, Taravaha.
Prabhuhu, Prabhu, Prabhavaha.
Prabhuhu, Prabhavaha.
Prabhuhu, Prabhu, Prabhavaha.
Prabhavaha.
Vayuhu, Vayu, Vayavaha.
Vayuhu, Vayavaha.
Vayuhu, Vayu, Vayavaha.
Vayavaha.
That is Ukaranta Pumlinga Shabda. That is Ukaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Okay. Then Rikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Pita, Pitarau, Pitaraha.
Pita, Pitarau,
Pitaraha.
Yodha, Yodharau, Yodharaha.
Yodharau.
Bhokta, Bhoktarau, Bhoktaraha.
Bhoktarau.
Shrota, Shrotarau, Shrotaraha.
Shrotarau.
Shrota, Shrotarau, Shrotaraha.
Shrotarau.
Bhrata, Bhratarau, Bhrataraha. Bhrata means brother.
Bhrataraha.
This is Bhratru Shabdam. Okay, this is Bhratru Shabdaha. Bhrata, Bhratarau, Bhrataraha.
Bhratarau.
Uttamam. Karta, Kartarau, Kartaraha.
Kartaraha.
Karta means doer. Okay. Karta, Kartarau, Kartaraha. Huh?
What is the Shabdam of Karta, madam?
Kartru. Kartru.
Okay.
Okay. Karta is the Prathama Ekavachana Rupam. Karta, Kartarau, Kartaraha. Again.
Kartaraha.
This is Rikaranta Pumlinga. So in Pumlinga we learned Akaranta Pumlinga Rama Shabdam, Ikaranta Pumlinga Harihi Shabdam, Ukaranta Pumlinga Guruhu Shabdam, Rikaranta Pumlinga Pitru Shabdam. 4 Shabdas we learned in Pumlinga. Okay. You make a note of these 4. Of course, they are given on table in the table on page number 13. But how many Pumlinga Shabdas? 4 Pumlinga Shabdas. Akaranta Ramaha, Ikaranta Harihi, Ukaranta Guruhu, Rikaranta Pitru. And then when I ask you, you should be Ikaranta Harihi Shabdam Kim? Harihi Hari Harayaha. Ukaranta Guruhu Shabdam Kim? Guruhu Guru Guravaha. Rikaranta Pitru Shabdam Kim? Pita Pitarau Pitaraha. Akaranta Ramaha Shabda Kim? Ramaha Ramau Rama. Like that. So when the Shabda name is given, you should be able to tell the Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana of the Prathama Vibhakti forms. Okay. And then in Strilinga Shabda, Akaranta Strilinga we already have seen. Sita, Site, Sitaha. Ikaranta, Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. And then we have Ikaranta Strilinga, Matihi, Mati, Matayaha. This is similar to Ikaranta Pumlinga. So there isn't a new form to learn. It is the forms are similar. We only have to identify which are Pumlinga and which are Strilinga when we come across such words. So Matihi, Mati, Matayaha. Okay, Tithihi, Tithi, Tithayaha.
Tityaha.
Tityaha na, Tithayaha. Titihi, Tithi, Tithayaha. Matihi, Mati, Matayaha. Okay. So this is Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. And then we have Ukaranta Strilinga, Dhenuhu. This is like Guruhu only, like Pumlinga. So Dhenuhu, Dhenu, Dhenavaha.
Dhenavaha.
Like Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha. In Strilinga, Dhenuhu, Dhenu, Dhenavaha. Okay. This is Ukaranta. Then we have Ukaranta Vadhuhu Shabdam. In Vadhuhu Shabdam, also we have Visarga. Okay. So Vadhuhu, Vadhvau, Vadhvaha. Here this is a little different than Ukaranta. Vadhvau, Vadhvaha. Like Nadyau, Nadyaha. There we have Ya. Here we have Va. Like I told you, you remember E is always replaced with Ya and U is always replaced with Va. So since in Vadhu we have U, long U. So Vadhu, Vadhvau, Vadhvaha. Compare it with Nadi. Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. There Ya. Here Va. But otherwise the forms are same. Okay. Chamuhu, chamvau, chamvaha. Okay, ukaranta strilinga. And then we have rikaranta strilinga. Matru shabda, swasru shabda, any shabda we can take. So matru. Mata, matarau, mataraha. This is again similar to pita shabda, pitru shabda in Pumlinga. Okay, so there isn't that much difference for you. Matru shabda is mata, matarau, mataraha. And then we have akaranta napumsakam, we already know. Vanam, vane, vanani. Phalam, phale, phalani. Pushpam, pushpe, pushpani. Vastram, vastre, vastrani, and so on. We learned that last week. What is new today? Ikaranta napumsakam, dadhi. And remember, for napumsakam, for ikara and ukara, we always get na. So dadhi, dadhini, dadhini. Dadhi, dadhi, dadhini, dadhini. Dadhi means curd. So ukaranta is vastu. Vastu, vastuni, vastuni.
Vastuni.
So the concept here is the middle letter will have short vowel and the last letter will have long vowel in dvivachanam, and it is opposite in bahuvachanam. So dadhi, dadhini, dadhini. Madhu, madhuni, madhuni. That for ukaranta. So in napumsaka we have only 3 shabdas: akaranta napumsaka, ikaranta napumsaka, ukaranta napumsaka. Okay. Whereas in Pumlinga we have 4 shabdas: akara, ikara, ukara, rikara. In Strilinga, akara, ikara, ikara, and then ukara, ukara, and rikara. We have 6 shabdas. And then again in ikara, the Lakshmi with visarga. If you count that, we have 7 shabdas in Strilinga. Okay, but basically this is only for your knowledge. Don't worry about memorizing all these shabdas by next week. Take time, but practice daily. I don't expect you to memorize by next week, but what I expect you to do is to study them regularly, because slowly it will happen. If you don't study, it will never happen. If you study daily, it will happen after 1 month or maybe 2 months. For some, it can happen in 1 month, for some 2 months. Again, that also no comparison. We don't want to do any comparisons. Everybody can progress at their own speed. But only thing I request from you all is putting in that time regularly. I requested all of you to put in like 15 minutes every day and slowly increase that. As we are covering more subject, increase that 5 minutes every day. So if that is happening sincerely, then memorization will automatically happen. That is not an issue. Don't worry about that you are unable to memorize it, and if it is taking a little longer or a little faster or whatever. Don't worry about anything. Just enjoy learning, and the best way to learn all these is by recitation. Read aloud. Otherwise, that pronunciation, you have to become free in pronouncing words correctly. So read aloud. That will help a lot. And the main purpose why we study Sanskritam is we believe that when we recite the words in Sanskritam, that vibrations happen in our body, which is good for our health, right? So pronounce these out loud, all these shabdas out loud. That itself is like pranayama for you. It will definitely help in calming down our minds, and it is good for our body also. So that is what I can say for now. And shall we stop here? I don't want to overwhelm you initially, because we have covered quite some shabdas today. Yes,
Madam,
yes,
done for here, madam. We have to.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, we'll stop here. Anybody who would like to say the Shanti mantra?
Asatoma Sadgamaya, ma'am.
Anything, any Shanti mantra is fine.
Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay. Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll see
Thank
you
you,
again
ma'am.
next Monday. Yeah.
ధన్యవాదాలు
Shubharatri.